Hi, Applefan 23. This is a quick response to the points you've made. You say, am I a Satanist because my name is TruthSeeker666? No, it's just TruthSeeker666 because 666 is a unique number. TruthSeekers was taken so it would be more memorable. Right, MacBooks are overpriced. That's a fact. I mean, you can argue that they might be better. That's your opinion. They are overpriced. They do what PCs do, but they do it for double the money, or triple the money in some cases, especially the MacBook Pros. So they are expensive, but yes, they are nice little computers, but they're very expensive. Okay, mumbling. Who gives a fuck if I mumble? That's your opinion, yeah? iPhones, copied off smartphones, you say. Well, yeah, they are. They're copied off smartphones, and smartphones copy off each other. So what? I mean, the point is they did copy a lot of the ideas that had already appeared in other smartphones, but what they didn't do is they didn't copy all the functions of smartphones, which is why I was complaining, because iPhones are actually very crippled devices. And you make the feature saying, OS 3 has now come out, but yes, little functions like copy and paste, which are quite integral to smartphones, which allow you to copy a piece of text and paste it into another message. Things like that didn't exist on the iPhone up until very recently, along with a lot of other functions which are very important, such as stereo Bluetooth, such as the ability to interface with Outlook, so you can use calendar functions. I mean, let's face it, dude, yeah, Apple unveiled recently the wonderful new function of having a calendar, and how this calendar could sync up with devices. This is a new thing to Apple users, yeah? This has been out for how long on Windows, and you're telling me this is not a copied idea? Yeah? It's like, it's good they've copied it. It's good, but they're a little bit late, like about 15 years. Right, Apple have the market share of the iPhones. Yeah? That's what an intensive television campaign full of bullshit does for you. Apple are not beyond saying lies in their adverts, and they keep on pumping out these adverts all the time saying, if you've got a PC, your PC's just dead and crashes and is rubbish, and if you've got an Apple, it's just all wonderful and dreamy, and I mean, that's just marketing, yeah? You could tell people that, cow shit was really tasty, and with the right advertising campaign, people would be buying cow shit off the shelves all day long, yeah? So that's just marketing, yeah? Okay, iPhones are okay. They're nice little, friendly little things. The screens are nice to use. They're nice and quick. Yeah, they're okay. But they're bloody crippled. Yeah? And yes, iPhones did pick up, along with the iPods, on the MP3 idea, which has been pushed for donkey's years by PC users, which is something like about 92% of the market share of computers happens to be PC. So if you're making the point that, iPods or iPhones are the market share, then you need to remember that the PC market is dominated by PCs, not Macs. So basically what you're stating there is that they have the phone market. Well, okay, they got the phone market, yeah, but so what? It doesn't mean the phone hasn't got crippled functions. You're on about the Zune. I mean, Zune's crap. Zune is crap. Nobody wants Zune, okay? I mean, people would rather have an iPhone rather than Zune. So I think it's a moot point. 6 months the batteries die. That was a comment I made referring not to MacBooks, because the MacBooks have a replaceable battery. I was talking about the iPhone. So if you listen carefully to the video, you would realize I was talking about the iPhone. And yes, they do have problems with the batteries, because some people have had to return them to get the batteries replaced. Now if you're talking about on your iPods and your iPod Touches, then those things have problems with the batteries, and people were told by Apple they would not replace them because they were outside warranty. Now then, that being the case, Apple were actually taken to court and forced to replace the batteries in these devices, because they were expecting people to throw them in the bin and not have them repaired, and they had to be taken to court to get the right to have the battery replaced. Now, it's not that hard, Apple. Watch now, Applefan. Yeah, little phone. Yeah, little phone. Take the back off. Pop out the battery. Put in a new battery. And guess what? You don't have to bother sending the phone back to Apple to get it repaired. It's that simple. But Apple will not put a replacement battery system in their phones. And they won't put a memory slot, because then you wouldn't buy the next one, which has got a couple of gigs of extra memory. That's marketing. That's marketing. It's called planned obsolescence. Yeah, do your homework. Planned obsolescence means that you design things so that it will become, less sort of workable, or they will die within a certain time. Like cars are still made out of metal, so they'll rust. Yeah, this is called planned obsolescence. Yeah. Anyway, what's the next point? And lots of people have had dead batteries on their iPod devices. And this is why the problem exists, where they had to get taken to court. You say try out a Mac. Well, I have tried out Macs. I've not only tried out Macs, I've been repairing Macs for many years. I don't get many of them because not many people have them. But I have repaired Macs that have been deemed unrepairable by the Mac shop, and I have repaired them. So I seem to know what I'm talking about when I talk about Macs, and I have used them, and I don't like them. They are slower than PCs. They are slower than PCs. I mean, the processors up until recently were slower. So you're telling me I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Macs, but in file processing terms, shifting files A to B, speed, raw processing power, compression of video files to, encoded formats like MP4, MPEG-2 data, all this stuff is quicker on a PC because they have faster processors. And only recently have they turned across to Intel processors. And now they're up to the speed that the PCs are. But you have to pay a hell of a lot of money for a bloody Mac with 4 or higher processors in it. And it's just ridiculously expensive. So you're saying that Timemachine is available on the Mac. Well, it wasn't available until one of the recent OS X installations. It wasn't actually there in the original OS X installation. So you have 9.5 and you have OS X, and then you have all the different, you have the first 3 or so, I can't remember what they're called now, versions of OS X that came out that didn't have Timemachine. Now they've got Timemachine, and you and the rest of the Mac world are going, yeah, look what we can do. We can back our systems up. You see, it's really important to back your system up, and now we can do it. So we're going to tell everybody that we back our systems up. Hang on a minute, if you can back a system up on a PC, no big deal. Yeah, Norton Ghost. Yeah, there's even tools inside Microsoft to do it for you. It backs up your system, and then you can use the repair function of Windows. Now this has been about, let's have a think. I reckon that's been available for about 15 years now, hasn't it? 15 years? Yeah, I think so. I think it's been available for about 15 years. Yeah, okay. Well done on that one, because I've been using Norton Ghost to back my system up, and it can back it up through a network, and you can do remote installs on a Windows from a network device, and you can actually put a system on a PC remotely through a network, without having to even be there. Yeah. So I'd like to see you do that on a Mac. And you say the GUI was invented by Xerox. Well, that's correct. But if you read the comments that I made on the video underneath, I actually pointed that out, that the GUI was created by Xerox, and Apple nicked the idea and Windows nicked the idea, so they both nicked the idea. But I was pointing out to you, because it didn't seem to sort of gel initially, that Apple do take ideas, they steal ideas. That's okay, but I'm just pointing it out. They do. They nicked it from Xerox. I made that point in my comments. So you haven't been reading my comments before making video responses. So anyway, I have used Macs. I don't like them. The interface is boring. The interface is slow. It restricts what I'm able to do. And I can do things a lot quicker and a lot happier on a PC. I've used the both, right? I have used them. I have repaired them. I know them inside out. But I stick with PC because it's what I like. Yes, Macs are a little bit more reliable over time, but there have been some amazing screw-ups on Macs whereby installation updates from Apple have actually ended up wiping people's hard drives. Now I know of installation updates, Windows updates, that have actually caused systems to crash. That has happened, yeah, but I've never known a Microsoft Windows update to actually wipe your hard drive. But that has happened on Apple. So, I'm just not an Apple fan. You're an Apple fan, that's great. Have fun, keep using them, keep spending lots of money. I'm going to save money and be able to do just as much as you are, and probably faster and easier on a PC. So, enjoy your Mac. I'm glad you do, but I'm not interested in an iPhone that I can't change the battery. That's rubbish.